My people tell tales of Minsc and his ferocious hamster Boo, to frighten our children. Beware loud men with purple scalps and ugly rodents, for they think of you as evil and will kill you on sight. It is amusing to hear that the legendary ranger has become as much a terror in his own city as he is in the Underdark.
Minsc is working for the cult. Damn! He must have been tadpoled, or worse. The real Minsc would never join up with the goddamned Absolute. Maybe we can help him. The prison, right? He should shut that tadpole up. If he doesn't kick our butts first. It's kind of his thing.
Minsc, the Great Ranger. He's alive and infected. Hells, we need to act.
Sounds like we're not the only ones tracking down this Minsc fellow. Let's hope Nine Fingers' bounty doesn't attract too much competition.
So, this Stone Lord is the legendary Minsc. And a newly minted cultist, no less. Are we sure we want to find him before Nine Fingers does? I doubt he'll be pleased to see us.
So, the Stone Lord is Minsc, Jaheira's old acquaintance. Painfully small world at times.
This Stone Lord and Minsc are one and the same. Jaheira's friend has taken a dark turn, it seems.
Minsc is the Stone Lord. Jaheira's friend doesn't sound so friendly after all.
There's little point in pressing Nine Fingers further. She means what she says. But we swore no vows. She won't tell us where to find Minsc. Someone else in her guild hall will. We need to be swift. I suppose we must greet the local wildlife. Guildhall is awash with ale-scented gossip at the best of times. These days, they have nothing but the Stone Lord to talk about.
Morrigan's cracked clay. There is no gold in here. Let that be of comfort in your final moments.
Meet Minsc. He still seems very much himself to me.
Minsc? Jaheira's acquaintance, I believe.
Oh my gods. I'm gonna faint.
Minsc? The very man Jaheira is after.
Minsc! The very same Jaheira seeks.
Minsc. Then the great hero is here.
Minsc. The same Minsc Jaheira's been looking for.
That's the Minsc Jaheira's been searching for. Good gods.
You.
Stone Lord. Ha! Better to call yourself Stonehead.
Your false face does not fool my eyes. I will cut until you look like the monster you truly are.
Somehow, you are making even less sense than usual. Perhaps I can explain. The Stone Lord sees through your lies, shapeshifter. Count yourself lucky he cannot stay. Let the Absolute's faithful show you how it is done. Now come, Stone Lord. We have the gold.
As you say, Jaheira.
They stole her friend. And her face. Damn, that's low.
First they take her friend, then they steal her face. Some people just don't understand boundaries.
Stealing someone's friend and their face. Whew. Boundaries clearly mean little to this lot.
Stealing your ally is one thing. Stealing your face, an ignoble act by any estimation.
First they took Minsc. Now they take Jaheira's face. Does their malice have no limit?
First they take Jaheira's friend, and then they take her face. Oh, she's going to hate that.
Slarning shape changers! Enough! Let us deal with these cultists. Then find out where they are nesting.
Minsc. He seemed to believe that doppelganger was truly Jaheira. A sure sign he's being manipulated.
Minsc puts on quite a show of brawn, even if there's no brain worth mentioning. I mean, I hate to judge the proverbial book, but that oaf may be all cover and no pages.
I am loath to admit it. But if we can pacify Minsc, he may be a worthy companion. Any man who can resist being digested by a mimic may even give an elder brain food for thought.
Minsc believes a doppelganger to be Jaheira. He is being manipulated, I am all but certain.
Of all the places I expected would find this Minsc, crawling from the broken jaws of a mimic wasn't high on my list. What's life without a few surprises, eh?
Minsc is being tricked. By the hells, we've got to rip him away from that shapeshifter.
I grow tired of these false faces. Every corner we turn, another. And now it is my face they use to turn Minsc against us. I am sorry, but I am just tired. Oh, a terrible rallying speech. No poetry. Not even a little pat on the head. It is some defect of the mind, I think, to stubbornly insist you are following the light, even as you blunder through the darkness. Or perhaps the defect is mine. Probably we should have. And yet we both stayed our hands. Ha! Bastard. When I left Minsc to this fate, I believed I had no choice. I believe it still. We were ignorant of our enemy, unarmed against the cult. I made the right decision, but I do not like how easily I made it. Minsc would have never left me behind, no matter what happened. That is his problem entire. The past century left Minsc unchanged. And so he believes the world has never changed, that I have not. You saw the fool, hanging on the doppelganger's every word for no other reason than it wears my face. You think I flatter myself in believing it is my face alone that Minsc follows? Mahler mark me, but I find myself hoping he is tadpoled. No. But snotting into my sleeve while there is still work to do is. I am sure you meant that to be comforting. You focus on the goal, while I slobber on about things I cannot change. Irritating. Come then. We need a lead, and bullying this banker ought to make me feel better.
This is Boo. And Boo, meet you? No, it is a hamster. He says we will join with you and cleanse Baldur's gate of evil. Together.
Boo seems like a worthy addition to our group. His pet, Minsc, may prove useful also.
Minsc seems quite the, enthusiastic ally. Would all do well to remain on his good side. And out of the range of his fists.
Minsc has great heart. We shall need the likes of him for the trials to come.
Minsc just joined our team. This is the best day of my life.
So, we can add one bald wall of muscle to our little group. I'm sure he'll come in handy. Maybe as a doorstop.
On Kresh Kalir, giant space hamsters are a staple food. Their hocks are quite scrumptious, if a bit fatty. Very. And addle his brain even further. Oh, I wouldn't dream of it. Giant space hamsters. I've never heard of a miniature version, let alone a conversant one. Which means Boo is either a rare specimen or an ordinary hamster. Either way, I'm not about to go nibbling on him. It's a long way to Kalir. As for Boo, I've never heard of a miniature giant space hamster, let alone a conversant one. Which means Boo is either a rare specimen or an ordinary hamster. Not fit for eating either way.
I think you might have made a terrible, terrible mistake. Huh? Chasing rumor halfway around the city and back. Crossing the guild. Wading through filth. Defying the one creature upon whom your very life depends. All for a madman and his rodent.
Who would know the meaning of your meaningful glances?
The Absolute threatens thousands, the entire coast. And still you risked much to help one man. I should berate you. But I can only say thank you. Your reasons were your own. But whether you meant for it or not, your fight is our fight, huh? Both of us. To the very end. Do not take that tone with me, rodent! Fine, fine. All three of us, then. Ah, those misty eyes are just age. Yes, I feel myself growing older as we stand here. He is an ass. I can make no promises beyond that. I think you will find that Boo is the added bonus. Minsc is just here to carry him into battle. But you are right to focus on the fight. Yes, it was. If you need confirmation of my gratitude, only look. Here I stand, awaiting orders. So, lead the way. We're yours to command.
I will fight alongside Minsc. But if he so much as refers to my butt, let alone attempts to kick it, I will skewer that damned hamster of his. He would despise me if he had the wits to understand me. But as long as he believes we have a common cause, he does not see beyond that. I enjoy his simplicity. Olof helped me. Sometimes I almost envy it. I am not so sure. I think he is happier than we are. It is his enemies you should pity. Indeed. If I did not have my schemes, I would hardly know where to aim my boot.
The beloved Ranger. I can't believe it. I grew up hearing all about your brave deeds. And Boo's, of course.
The bravery was mostly Boo's. Minsc simply followed with the shouting and waving of swords.
My father told me all about how you struck down the mad cleric Basileus. How... Goodness, my palms are all sweaty. It's just that you were always my hero.
Do not drip so much, horn-headed one. Who does not bite? Well, actually, he does. But only in the service of smiting evil.
Smiting evil is my middle name. I'm no hero, but I've dedicated my life to keeping the Sword Coast safe from the monsters that roam it.
If that is not a hero, then Minsc and Boo are no heroes. You are not saying my hamster is not a hero, Will? The saying matters not. Let it be a thing of doing. You will be blinded by Boo's obvious heroism when you smite evil by his side.
Smiting evil is my middle name.
I broke bread and evil bones with a child of Baal. Minsc is not so judgy as you, my friend, so long as Will's deed was done for good.
I know it was. I gave my soul so that the people of Baldur's Gate might live.
Your parasite tingles. Minsc knows that Will speaks true.
Minsc himself was once almost swayed by a succubus, until Boo's set to biting in particular places.
Really?
Really and truly. Being swayed by evil does not count, so long as you are swift with the smiting afterwards.
Smiting evil is my middle name.
Blade of smiting evil frontiers. If it is all the same, Minsc and Boo will just call you Will.
Oh, ye gods. Never change, Minsc. Never change.